Welcome to VS Code for Everyone, Episode 3, Editing Superpowers. Let the editor finish your code, expand whole loops from 4 letters, and edit 3 lines in 1 keystroke. New episode, new superpowers. Today, the editor starts writing code with you. Our playground is a file called scratch.js. Let's grab it with quick open from Episode 2. There it is. A tiny script with a color theme, a snack list, and 1 badly indented function. Every flaw in here is on purpose, and by the end of this video, you'll fix all of them with almost no typing. First superpower, IntelliSense. Hold Ctrl and tap the End key. You jump straight to the last line. No scrolling, no mouse. The cursor is parked on a fresh, empty line at the bottom. Control Home does the opposite, top of the file. These 2 are the fastest travel keys in any editor. Now just start typing the word console, but stop after 4 letters. C-O-N-S. Watch what happened as you typed. A little list appeared, guessing what you mean. That list is IntelliSense, the editor reading your code and predicting the rest. If the list ever disappears, 1 shortcut brings it back. A control space. The suggestion list is open, with console highlighted at the top. Arrow keys move up and down the list. This works in every language: Python, JavaScript, anything with a language engine installed, except the highlighted suggestion with the Tab key. Tab confirmed it. The editor typed the rest of the word console for you. Enter works too. 4 letters in, full word out. That's the IntelliSense rhythm. Type a little, accept a lot. Finish the statement, and notice the editor helping the whole way. 2 quiet assists just happened. The moment you typed the dot, IntelliSense listed everything console can do. And when you typed an opening quote and parenthesis, the editor closed both for you. Type right over the closing ones. They don't double up. Superpower 2. Snippets, whole code structures from a few letters. Press Enter for a fresh line. Open the command palette, a Ctrl+Shift+P, the shortcut you learned last episode. Type Insert Snippet. There's the command, with no shortcut of its own. The palette is exactly how you're meant to reach it. Press Enter to run it. Now the box lists only snippets, ready-made templates that ship with JavaScript support, no extensions needed. Filter the list, type for loop is highlighted, a complete counting loop, ready to stamp in. Press Enter and watch closely. A whole loop appeared, and the word index is already selected. That highlighted spot is a placeholder. Snippets contain stops for every part you're meant to customize, and your cursor is sitting on the first one. The counter name index is fine. Press Tab to jump to the next placeholder. Tab moved the selection to the array placeholder. That's the snippet workflow. Tab hops placeholder to placeholder. You fill in only what matters. This placeholder we do want to change. Type items, the snack list from the top of the file. Typing replaced the selected placeholder instantly, in both spots where it appears, because linked placeholders edit together. 1 palette command, 2 tabs, 1 word, a working loop over the items array. IntelliSense popped up again while you typed. That's its job. Press Escape to tuck it away. Clean. Escape dismisses any suggestion list without touching your code. Later, you can even define snippets of your own for the code you retype every week. Superpower 3 is the famous one, editing several places at the same time. Press Ctrl Home to jump back to line 1. Look at line 1. The word color, spelled the British way, and it appears 3 times in this file. Fixing them one by one is what beginners do. We're not doing that. The cursor is touching the word color. Press Ctrl+D. Ctrl+D selected the word under the cursor. That's its first trick. Its second trick is the magic. Every extra press selects the next matching word too. Press Ctrl+D twice more. 3 selections, 3 blinking cursors, 1 on every color in the file. You can also place cursors anywhere by hand. Hold Alt and click. And if you ever have too many, Escape collapses back to a single cursor. Now type the American spelling, color. Every cursor typed it simultaneously, and IntelliSense popped up over your handiwork, as always. Multi-cursor works for deleting, pasting, anything. 1 safety fact: a single undo reverses all 3 edits at once, so experiments are always safe. 2 escapes finish the job. One closes the pop-up, the next collapses your cursors back to 1. Look at line 1 and lines 2 and 3. One word typed, 3 places changed, and you're back to a single ordinary cursor. That round trip is the whole multi-cursor workflow. Last superpower. Look at the greet function. The indentation is a mess, and messy indentation hides bugs. Press all 3 together. In Shift-Alt+F, the whole file snapped into shape, every line indented correctly, instantly. That's format document, and JavaScript, JSON, HTML, and CSS formatters are built in. Python needs a formatter extension. That story comes in episode 5. You can even make this automatic. Quick open again, Ctrl+P, and grab the settings file inside the workspace. This is the workspace settings file, and read the top entry. Editor.format on save, set to true. With that switch on, every Ctrl+S formats the file before saving it. This workspace already has it enabled, and your future projects can too. One parting gift while we're looking at this file. Notice the bracket pairs glowing in matching colors. That's bracket pair colorization, on by default here. When code nests deep, the colors tell you instantly which brace closes which block. And Ctrl+Shift/ moves your cursor between a bracket and its partner. Count your new superpowers. IntelliSense. Type a few letters, summon the list with Control space, except with Tab. Snippets. The insert snippet command stamps whole structures, and tab hops between placeholders. Multi-cursor. Ctrl+D selects the word under your cursor, then the next match and the next, then every cursor types together. And Shift-Alt+F formats the whole file, or flip format on save, and never think about it again. Your practice mission. Open Scratch.js, rename items to snacks everywhere using only Ctrl+D, then break the indentation on purpose and repair it with one keystroke. Pause and do it now. Quick check, question 1. Which shortcut summons IntelliSense when the list is hidden? Control space. Question 2. After Ctrl+D selects 3 words, what happens when you type? All 3 change at once. Every selection has its own cursor. Next episode, finding anything in seconds, search, replace, and jumping straight to any symbol in your project. See you there.